Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our DAYnamics show, where we offer resources to remind you to align with your own well-being every day. Yes, every day. I am Mariana, and I am so grateful that you are tuning in. Our show today is unscripted, impromptu, unpredictable, off-the-cuff part of the DAYnamics show. The recording today is titled, although it may change, Aligning to Your Own Well-Being. Yes, that's aligning to your own well-being. Now, this will aid you in becoming more mindful about this topic, and then questioning yourself as to what are you doing with this? Because again, we want to align with our own well-being. So sometimes the things that we do, we have to ask ourselves, if it's not feeling good, are we aligning with our own well-being, or are we being influenced and aligning with someone else's well-being? There's no right or wrong here. It's just an awareness and a consciousness that allows us to make better choices. So let's start with a question first, and that is similar to what we said a moment ago. Are you aligning with your own well-being? And do you even know what that means? So let's get into that information in this off-the-cuff podcast, because I think knowing what aligning with your own well-being really means to you, I think that's really important, because here's one hint. It usually feels good. And if it doesn't feel good, then you might not be fully aligning to your own well-being. And I know it's going to be, oh, what do you mean my well-being? I'm here to serve others. I'm here to this. But you know what? Listen, how can you serve anyone else unless you are aligned with your own well-being? Because if you're serving, then you're not serving from the heart. You're not serving from your being. You're just going through the motions. So let's think about this for a minute. Would you rather feel good or feel bad? I think that's a pretty easy answer for most people if you're consciously answering it. Sometimes there's patterns that you just feel bad in general, and then that's just the way you keep thinking that you're always going to feel bad, and you always will, because that's how the law of attraction works. However, if you want to align yourself, start in the morning. Even if you start with 5 minutes, and we have some meditations and stuff that we have and mantras that it takes 5 minutes to listen to. It just sort of sets the tone for the day. We also have some blogs that you can refer to as well. And that's on either the DAYnamicsshow.info website or DAYnamicsseries.com websites. And I'll repeat that again at the end and put it in the show notes. I want you, when you're listening to this, to really just reflect on, again, that setting the tone for yourself in the morning and at the night as well. If you can start with those two things, hey, let's just start with the morning one and aligning. And then, the more you get used to it and like the way it feels and see how things are, unfolding in the day for you, and it feels good, then you'll want to do it throughout the day as well as the night. But if you could just do it one time, do it in the morning. And if you could do it 2 times, do it in the morning and at night before you go to bed. Before you go to sleep, not the bed. And that's why this is an off the cuff. You're going to hear impromptu, unpredictable things come out of me. And that's just the fun of it all. That's the journey. So in that morning alignment, let's talk about what that might look like. Now, again, we've done a blog on this, and it's like, do you have a morning and evening routine? Doesn't necessarily have to be a practice, because I was in baton for a lot of years, and I know that I didn't ever look forward to practicing. It seemed like work and hard work and continuation and, and constant same. However, that is sometimes a practice is how you get better at things. A routine, how you get better at things. You're continually doing it day after day after day, or right after each other. Like I think about riding a bike for some people is like you try, you may fall down, you might get a little frustrated or have some emotion around that. Then you try again and get back up again. But the more that you are practicing that, the more that you will get better at it. So it doesn't change when it comes to aligning to your well-being. Again, what would that look like to you? Even if it's 5 minutes, it might be breathing. It might be listening to your fan, your air conditioning, your heater, your meditation music, saying a mantra. It may be focusing on just being grateful. Like, even if you say thank you for 5 minutes in different tones and different ways, and just appreciate what you have. Like if you're on a couch, if you're on a bed, if you're on wherever, be grateful that you have something, that you could go to sleep on, a chair, whatever it might be, and the comfort of that. And if you have a pillow, the comfort of that pillow and how it supports your head. And then the comfort, if you have a blanket, it might be your favorite blanket. It might feel the best to you. What are the materials in your bed, in your pillow, in your blankets? Just little things like that. Whatever it is that can make you feel good in the morning. And again, it usually is something to do with meditation, mantra, breathing, appreciation. And then setting the tone for the day, like, universe, show me what is in store for me, all my goodness that is in store for me today. Show me who I truly am today, and help me attract those people that will resonate with me. Show me a beautiful day. And then little things like that you can start. Some people put the things on the mirror, things meaning a sticker or a note or a colored piece of paper, whatever it might be. And that helps. They might not have the time in the morning to spend that extra 5 to 15 minutes in the morning to do that. But when you're going to brush your teeth or maybe comb your hair or go in the shower or whatever it might be, I have people that have sent pictures of stickers that they have in the shower. So when they're washing, they can do this. They can have a book while they're going to the washroom. They can have notes, sticky notes or whatever it might be on the mirror. They can have it in their closet. They can have it on their phone. Like, you can't tell me that there's not times where you're just standing, even if it's for 5 minutes, to go, okay, I'm going to take this 5 minutes and instead of thinking about and worrying about and already being stressed about what my day might look like, whether that's whatever that might be and whatever situation you're in, but taking that time and going, hey, this is how I'd like it to be. This is how I'd like my story to be. I co-create in this universe. So I want to feel good today. That is things about aligning with your well-being every day that we want to go over for you. It might feel weird at first, and that is okay. Everything that is unknown or new might feel weird. And again, that is okay as well until you get used to it, till it becomes a natural routine for you. So try it. Try it. I think you'll enjoy it. I've been listening to some podcasts. I really enjoy that. And I think, again, it's important as a podcaster to listen to other podcasts. It inspires you. Manifest it all. That's ALL. And that is the all meaning abundance, love and life. I think that's what that is. That is with Emerald Sinclair. And I noticed that they had a one that I will be looking at that's a what if podcast. And I know that many great teachers and stuff have used that verbiage. And you can even use that in your own alignment of your well-being too, is like, what if? What if today is going to be different than other days? And I see the well-being in it. I see the appreciation in it more. I see the love. I see the peace. What if? And you can go off on that to any positive aspects that you want. But just these little things along the way that, again, will align you with your well-being. Now, what about if you're having a non-well-being day? Well, we all have those moments. I think it's called difference, contrast, showing you a different way. And they're there. They're actually there for you to help you understand what you want instead. But knowing your own relationship with not only with yourself, but with the law of attraction as well, you will understand that sometimes not need is not the right word, but sometimes just having those different things that maybe don't feel so good sometimes actually really does help you. It really is a gift sometimes. And it does help you just get clearer about what you may want. Now, let me tell you a story, quick story. It didn't feel very good for my alignment. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes when you're with other people that don't really know you or think they know you and have made perhaps a judgment, an outcome, put you in a box, put a label on who and what they think you are, I think it's really quite funny sometimes because you can look back and go, oh, that's interesting. They have an interesting point of view. But sometimes, like yesterday, I just shook my head because there was a comment that was made and I was like, what? But the what that I said was in my head. It wasn't out loud. Given the opportunity again, I probably would have said what out loud. Like, are you sure you're clear about what you're saying? Like, do you even know? Or is that just your, like I said, point of view, your judgment, your label, your uneducated, unfully knowing comment about someone when they haven't even asked that someone for the clarity? Now, has that ever happened to you? Has that ever happened where there's a comment made and you're like, what? There might be some other words around that what, but what? And you're like, okay, what do I do with this? Do I address it right away? Do I just let it go? Do I process this a little bit? Because reacting maybe in some cases might be appropriate. How you react is a whole different thing. And that's a whole different podcast that we've already done. However, you really have to, when we're talking about aligning with your well-being, it's like, what do I want to do in this moment with this comment? And at that time, I think I was so surprised about the comment itself that I was like, what was that in my head? After the what by itself, I was like, was that? What was that? What was that all about? Like, what possessed this person that they had to say that comment? I just don't get it. And I don't realize that, I don't think, or I don't feel that people realize sometimes that they are responsible for what comes out of their mouth. And not only that, but the effect that that could have on the people that they're talking to, the person that they're directing that to, the influence that they may have, the energy that they're putting out. Like, aligning with one's own well-being means that you're not putting others down. It's mean you're not trying to make others feel less than. It means that you take responsibility for your words, for your feelings, for your life, for everything that comes forward from you. Like, you are responsible for that. And then you pay the consequences of it, which may be nothing or may be something. Maybe something that you don't even know. And so if you're aligning with your own well-being, then you want well-being for everyone, not only yourself. So it's about uplifting other people, not making comments and put them down just because you think that they could handle it. And maybe it's not even a put down in your mind. Maybe it's just like, oh, I'm being honest. But are you? Like, why would you need to say something like that? It's like my mom used to say, if I have nothing good to say, why am I saying it? Because it not only hurts me and holding that energy, again, it could hurt and affect and influence someone else. And although I'm not responsible how others take it, I'm still responsible what comes out of me and my mouth. So I know this is a little bit of a longer off the cuff than I usually talk about, but or have as far as length of a show, but I just think that it was important to share that story. And then, like, what would you do? You know, what would be your feedback to a comment that someone has made that does not support your own well-being? Like, how do you deal with it? So I just wanted to share that information with you today. Again, it's just off the cuff. It's just me sitting here, me saying, hey, here we go. This is what this is all about today. This was on my mind, sharing it with you. Because again, this is as much, doing these podcasts is as much for me as it is for everyone else. So I just want to, again, the take-home tool and gift for you today is, what can you do for your own well-being? And again, as we shared in the beginning, and a wrap-up of this show is, find things to start your day to align with. Breathing exercises, meditation, notes, things on your phone to remind you, appreciation. What can you appreciate right now when you're around whatever you're around, in whatever situation you're in? So take those tools and use them not only in the morning, start in the morning, add the night, add it throughout the day. There's always a few minutes in a day, even if it starts with 5 minutes, that these can happen. So we have lots of great shows coming up and lots of past recordings. So we invite you to subscribe on your favorite platform to stay aligned with your well-being every day. Also visit www.DAYnamicsshow.info and explore our other great resources and products. Oh, and I do need to add that all materials are copyrighted and are for informational purposes. So until we meet again, thank you for listening, and make it a dynamic day. Thanks so much.